'67 Ford Mustang Gray.
You probably think that Gone in 60 Seconds is just another fast-paced action movie. Released in 2000, the film is chock full of fast cars, intense chases, and star-studded cast led by Nicolas Cage and Angelina Jolie. Directed by Dominic Sena, the film follows a retired car thief forced back into the game to steal 50 cars in one night. But behind all the adrenaline lies a production that was far more intense, chaotic, and dangerous than it ever let on. Dozens of real cars were destroyed, actors were trained like pro drivers, and some of the film's most iconic moments nearly fell apart. Even the legendary Eleanor wasn't safe from the madness. So join us as we have a look at 15 crazy facts about Gone in 60 Seconds that reveal just how wild the movie really was. Number 15. More than 50 cars were destroyed during production. It's unbelievable that more than 50 cars were completely destroyed during the making of Gone in 60 Seconds, but it wasn't a random accident. These cars were wrecked on purpose for stunt sequences that were packed full of action. Instead of relying on CGI, filmmakers wanted everything to feel real, meaning that using real cars in risky scenes with the crashes and flips and explosions you see on screen actually happened. One of the most jaw-dropping examples is Eleanor, the Shelby Mustang, and multiple replicas were built because they knew that some of them were not going to survive filming. Just imagine building several identical versions of a legendary car only to see them smashed apart in those wild chase scenes. Producer Jerry Bruckheimer was all in on the big-budget destruction, greenlighting the creation of duplicates for key moments. It wasn't unusual for action films of the time, but Gone in 60 Seconds took it to a different level with its sheer scale of car carnage. Number 14. Eleanor became one of the most famous movie cars ever. Eleanor was a customized 1967 Shelby GT500 Mustang, but it was far more than a machine. To Nicolas Cage's character, Memphis Reigns, the sleek silver beauty with black racing stripes was the ultimate unicorn car. Desirable but untouchable. Every curve and aggressive modification turned it into a symbol of danger and obsession, and Memphis feared stealing it, but you knew deep down that he couldn't resist. After the film, Eleanor became a legend with its fame skyrocketing and people just couldn't get enough. Custom car shops rushed to build replicas that capture the raw power and charm that Eleanor symbolized. Officially licensed versions were auctioned for insane prices, sometimes reaching hundreds of thousands of dollars. Believe it or not, the influence didn't stop at its looks. Its image began legal battles over design rights, proving just how valuable and iconic the car became far beyond its life on the big screen. Number 13. Nicolas Cage performed some of his own driving stunts. What happens when Nicolas Cage gets behind the wheel? Pure excitement. But not every jaw-dropping moment in Gone in 60 Seconds was him. Cage took control during some of the driving scenes, especially in areas where it was safe and controlled, and these moments allowed his real emotions to come through, adding a special feel to the movie. The slower-paced shots helped to pull the audience into the action, making it seem like they were sitting right there with him. His hard work and commitment to making each scene feel real made the movie even more exciting. But when it came to the challenging stunts, production knew to bring in the pros. High-speed chases, chaotic flips, and explosive crashes demanded precision and experience.
It's just a scratch, Eleanor. It can be fixed.
Number 12. Professional stunt drivers were hired from racing and drifting communities. Because the risk was so high, filmmakers didn't want to take any chances, and that's why they brought in some of the best in the business. To handle the most dangerous stunts, they relied on professional drivers with great real-world skills. These experts were trained in racing, drifting, and precise driving. Imagine cars speeding through traffic and pulling off amazing stunts. These moments took years of practice and teamwork, all carefully planned out by a skilled stunt coordinator. One of the standout drivers behind the magic was Bobby Orr, a legendary precision driver with an incredible background in NASCAR and drag racing, and not only did he master high-speed stunts, but he also founded a stunt driving school to pass on his expertise.
We sent Nick to Bob Bondurant's race car driving school in Phoenix. He went to Willow Springs. He went out to a school out in Camarillo called Bobby Orr's Stunt Driving School, which taught him the physical aspects of how to do the stunt type driving along with the race car driving.
While the film loved to highlight the dramatic on-screen action, the true secret behind those scenes lies in the skilled hands of drivers like Orr. Suddenly, every hair-raising turn and gravity-defying stunt becomes much more exciting when you realize they pulled it off with pure precision and a whole lot of guts. Number 11. The Eleanor jump scene required multiple takes and stunt coordination. The iconic Eleanor jump scene was a carefully crafted masterpiece of stunt work, preparation, and creativity. This stunt on the Vincent Thomas Bridge was not as simple as it seems. Instead, it was broken into multiple precise parts to make the impossible look real. 3 different Eleanor Mustang replicas were specially prepared, each designed for a specific purpose in the stunt. Some were built to launch off of physical ramps or takeoff shots, while others were rigged with wiring to show how the car could soar dramatically through the air. And yes, CGI did play a big role in making everything look smooth, blending the real action with special effects perfectly. But the more crazy part is that 2 of the Mustangs didn't make it through the stunt. One was smashed up during takeoff and another destroyed during the landing. Think about how much work and concentration the team needed to pull it all off. Behind the scenes, the stunt team, led by experienced coordinators, worked really hard to execute it all perfectly. Their job was all about making the scene look like that incredible jump might actually occur in the midst of a high-speed chase. Practical stunts brought the realism, while CGI ensured the gaps in physics were bridged smoothly, giving everyone a jaw-dropping scene that they couldn't forget. Number 10. Angelina Jolie trained extensively for the role. Before Angelina Jolie took on the role of Sarah Sway Whalen in Gone in 60 Seconds, she was already a big name in Hollywood. She'd won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for her performance in Girl Interrupted and built her career full of powerful drama and thrilling action roles. But for this film, she wasn't just showing up as the talented star that everyone knew. She dove headfirst into something completely different and unexpected. To play Sway, a skilled mechanic and expert in the world of cars, she prepared like never before. Because she didn't want things to just look real, she wanted to truly have the confidence and expertise of someone who lived and breathed high-speed action. Alongside co-stars Nicolas Cage and Giovanni Ribisi, she trained at professional driving schools and worked directly with mechanics to gain real-life skills. So, instead of merely sitting behind the wheel for a brief lesson, Jolie immersed herself in the world of high speed and complex mechanics, and not only learned how to handle a fast car, but also dove into the finer details of automotive engines, ensuring that her portrayal was grounded in authenticity.
Hello, ladies. Always was a sucker for a redhead.
Let's go, come on, move.
Her dedication extended far beyond the cars because she also trained to ride motorcycles and showcased her commitment to the role. Though stunt driving for dangerous scenes was left to the pros, Jolie's hands-on preparation ensured that she brought an authentic energy to each and every moment. And when you see her around the cars in the film, it's the result of hours of tough, real-world training. That dedication showed just how much she cared about making her character feel real, and she kept that same commitment when she starred in other big action movies like Tomb Raider. Number 9. Some of the car theft scenes were choreographed using actual car theft techniques. The theft scenes in Gone in 60 Seconds were shockingly close to real life. It wasn't your typical Hollywood exaggeration. The movie showed car theft as a calculated and methodical operation, just like how the real car theft rings actually work. The crew didn't randomly break into cars. They had an entire system in place, scouting locations, pre-planning their moves, and using code names for cars to stay under the radar. Every step was carefully coordinated, almost like a high-stakes chess game. But here's where it gets even more crazy. The film showed them using incredibly realistic techniques to access the vehicles. So instead of smashing windows and hot wiring like you see in other films, they used things like pre-made keys, transponder keys, and even had inside connections in dealerships to get what they needed. This kind of detail is based on how professional thieves operate in real life. These people use specialized knowledge, perfect timing, and teamwork to pull off the heists, making them as efficient as they are elusive. Even the original 1974 movie drew from actual theft practices and influenced how these scenes would later be recreated in this adaptation. Number 8. The production used multiple identical Mustangs for stunt work. Just imagine how challenging it must have been to create those high-speed adrenaline-packed scenes. The crazy part is they didn't only use one Eleanor for the movie. The production team went all out and built around 11 identical Eleanor Mustangs, specifically designed for the film's intense action sequences. So instead of creating a copy that would look good, every car was customized for a unique purpose. Some of them, known as hero cars, were polished to perfection and used for close-ups or dramatic scenes with Nicolas Cage. And then there were the stunt cars, built to handle high-speed chases and jaw-dropping precision maneuvers. And when it came to those bone-crunching collisions and wild crashes, there were special crash cars designed to take the punishment. Special rigs and process cars were created which allowed cameras to capture intense interior shots or mount filming equipment safely. The film relied heavily on practical stunts, and that meant that the cars were frequently damaged or just outright destroyed in the process. By creating multiple identical vehicles, the filmmakers could pull off risky action-packed scenes repeatedly while ensuring that everything worked smoothly and stayed exciting. Some reports even claim there were up to 13 builds, including prototypes, that shows just how much careful planning went into making the movie as thrilling as it is. Number 7. The film helped spark a major resurgence in classic muscle car popularity. It might be crazy, but this movie would change how people would see cars, and that's exactly what it did. After its release, classic American muscle cars, especially the legendary 60s and 70s Ford Mustang, suddenly became the stars of the car world again. Eleanor turned into a pop culture icon, and people went nuts. The demand for Shelby-style Mustangs skyrocketed, and collectors began chasing the cars like never before. Prices at auctions started climbing fast, and custom car shops couldn't keep up with the demand for the replicas. It was like Eleanor had taken a life of her own, turning into a business phenomenon and a global obsession. However, it wasn't only Eleanor. Nostalgia for classic cars was already brewing in the early 2000s, and with movies like Gone in 60 Seconds and franchises like The Fast and the Furious, car culture exploded back onto the mainstream. Suddenly, these old-school muscle cars were cool to everyone again, and even younger audiences. The film single-handedly knocked off the muscle car revival and made the cars cool, desirable, and a must-have for collectors and fans.
Who is it? Detective Castlebeck.
Oh.
Number 6. The Eleanor Mustang replicas became highly valuable collector cars. The Eleanor Mustang from the film is practically a treasure, and after the release of the movie, these cars became some of the most sought-after collector items in the world. But here's the jaw-dropping part. Screen-used Eleanors, the actual ones seen in the film, have sold for insane amounts of money. One of the original hero cars went for around $1 million, and another one sold at auction for a massive $852,000. Replicas of the Eleanor, called tribute cars, are a huge deal as well. Even high-quality reps can sell in the six-figure range, with some priced anywhere from $200,000 to an eye-popping $500,000 or more. Officially licensed reps can go for up to $270,000. So then, why are the cars so valuable? Well, it's all about rarity, movie fame, and meticulous details. Only a small number of the original cars survived production, making them incredibly rare, and even the replicas became highly collectible because they're officially licensed and often built to be just as stunning as the ones in the film. Number 5. The movie grossed over $230 million worldwide. The film smashed through box office records, earning a jaw-dropping $237 million worldwide, and out of that, about half of it came from the US alone, while the rest flooded in from international audiences who couldn't get enough of the thrilling action and the fast cars. But here's the crazy part. Its budget was only $90 million, so it nearly tripled the initial investment. That made it one of the most profitable films of the year and solidified its place as a blockbuster. The success did not come because of those thrilling car chases and heart-pumping action alone, though. What truly made it unforgettable was the star power of Nicolas Cage and Angelina Jolie. The film was a global sensation, continuing to add to its massive earnings through home video sales and TV rights. The movie would earn over $230 million worldwide, and audiences across the globe found it irresistible, which is why it became an early 2000s icon.
What?
Where are you?
What do you think I am? I'm at the casino picking up the pit boss's lady. What do you want?
The ladies are dirty. Walk away. The ladies are dirty.
What?
Number 4. Real-life dangerous accidents happened. Because the film relied on thrilling practical stunts, there was a danger involved. The high-speed chases and jaw-dropping crashes really happened, and stunt performers faced risky situations to bring the heart-pounding scenes to life. One of the wildest facts is how many Eleanor Mustangs were destroyed during filming. The iconic cars took a beating in a lot of the action-packed moments. The bridge jump was especially hard on the cars and the crews that were involved. It took a lot of effort and skill to pull everything off. Even though the stunts were dangerous, the crew worked hard to stay safe. Skilled coordinators and safety teams made sure that nobody was seriously injured, but stunt drivers ended up with minor injuries anyway. This shows just how much work and bravery went into making the movie's action scenes so absolutely incredible. Number 3. A Rolls-Royce in the film has the license plate HBH. Have you ever noticed that in the film there's a subtle but brilliant Easter egg hidden in plain sight? A Rolls-Royce briefly seen carries the license plate that reads HBH. On first glance, it might look random, but here's where the mystery deepens. That plate is actually a hidden tribute to H.B. Halicki, the mastermind behind the original 1974 Gone in 60 Seconds. He wasn't only the creator, he also directed and starred in the cult classic that became legendary for its amazing car chases. The addition of this detail was not an accident. Filmmakers of the 2000 remake included the H plate as a way of honoring Halicki and his unforgettable contributions. It's like a secret handshake between old fans and new viewers alike, linking the remake back to its roots while modernizing the story for a new generation. Easter eggs like this one are common in remakes, and they serve to respect and celebrate the legacy of what had come before. Every time you watch that scene, you're going to know that hidden connection to the original creator and the history behind the film. Number 2. Will Patton's detective character was inspired by real auto theft investigators. What happens when a Hollywood film wants to make a detective so real it feels as though he stepped out of real life? Well, instead of just imagining Detective Roland Castleback, the filmmakers went straight to the people who know the car thieves the best. Will Patton, who played the detective chasing Nicolas Cage's crew, studied real California auto theft investigators to bring his character to life. These officers were the pros from the Orange County Auto Theft Task Force and other car theft units, and the real-life experts shared secrets, teaching Will Patton how to track the stolen cars, uncover patterns in vehicle theft, and even predict how the criminals would act next. They talked about surveillance techniques like organizing stakeouts, using police databases to track the vehicles, and working with other teams. They explained how professional car thieves think and act when they're part of organized groups, and with all of the insider knowledge, Patton learned how to adopt the investigative style, from their calculated pacing to their sharp and strategic thinking. The research all paid off, and the detective felt real, and you could almost believe he was really out there, tirelessly working to bring down a team of car thieves. His grounded and methodical approach added intensity and authenticity to the film, making the stakes feel even much more high. Number 1. The film used a real-time countdown concept during production planning. When you watch Gone in 60 Seconds, you can almost feel the pressure and adrenaline rushing through every second of the story. And this is all thanks to a brilliant real-time countdown concept that the filmmakers used behind the scenes. The entire movie revolves around stealing 50 cars in a single night, and filmmakers wanted you to feel every single heart-pounding moment as though you were part of the heist. So how did they do it? By structuring the film in a way that mirrored the ticking clock urgency of the plot. The script was designed to break the night's events into sequential blocks, almost like time markers in the story, and that gave directors and editors a way to simulate the heist happening in real time. To add even more tension, they used cross-cutting sequences. You would see one team hot-wiring a car, while another team was dodging security guards, and it all took place at the same time. It was like watching a giant puzzle come to life, making you wonder if they had actually pulled it all off before the time ran out. Even the action scenes were fine-tuned for drama. Stunts and car chases were carefully timed to keep the suspense alive. Every turn and burst of speed felt like a clock ticking louder and louder in your head. Director Dominic Sena and producer Jerry Bruckheimer made sure that every piece of the puzzle went together to make you feel like you were living that one wild night alongside all of the characters. Every part of the film was made to keep you on the edge of your seat. From the way it was planned to the way it was filmed and put together, everything was designed to feel fast and exciting. And that is what makes Gone in 60 Seconds such an awesome adventure from start to finish. Now be sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe so that you know every time we upload another video like this. Any suggestions? Be sure to leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.